Alright, so Fred's on his way over this weekend to finish the framing and drop in our floor. In the meantime, I'm just tending to some holes that need to be filled and scuffing up some of the veneer, and then when needed, actually removing the veneer. At some point, we had to decide whether or not we were going to stick with the traditional veneer looking interior or change it. We decided to change it. So we're going to go with a white so that it'll pop. And before we can get to that, we're just sanding. Sand. So today will be a little bit more sanding. And then, I mentioned a primer. There's so many different types of primers. This is 123 primer. Zizner is the manufacturer. This stuff works because not only will it serve as a nice coat before our paint, but it'll fill in a lot of these holes, and there's a lot of little holes in here. So I'm looking forward to getting that primer on. Then once you put the primer on, you actually can see if you need to do more work, you know, more filling and more sanding. So the primer is also like a nice tell-all for us to see what spots we missed. But other than that, we're going to be headed to the hardware store today to pick up some paint remover, and we'll remove all the exterior paint and see what we got to contend with. We're going to do that by sections. We'll start off on the top, and then we'll shoot down the back, and then we'll shoot down the front. And I bet that happens in about a week from now, and by that time we should almost be ready inside here for paint. So that's what we got here on the Fireball. It's a beautiful day in Southern California. I don't know where you are, but I heard it's pretty cold probably where you are. So as a result of this nice weather, we're going to have a chance to continue working on the Fireball. And it's the weekend. Did I tell you it's the weekend? It's the weekend. So here we are, the Fireball project, making progress, and pretty much following along our timeline. We also got the window in, incidentally. And I'm glad I did that because I took off to go out of town and it rained, and I was anticipating that. So the window's in. It's a plexiglass. It's not new. I may put a black film here, but once you get it in there, on the inside, I'll fill all this in with a silicone, and then there's a frame that'll go in place, top and bottom and the sides. That frame goes in after the paneling's in place. So that'll hold it all in place for us. And it rained once we put this in, and we had no leaks, which I really wasn't surprised. The fact that we have this problem is only a result of the fact that they didn't tighten this window. Otherwise the Fireball project would probably have been on the road by now. So we're going to try to get to this thing and complete it as quick as we can, but we want to take our time so it's done right. The reason why we're here is because it wasn't done right, so maybe the next guy won't have to contend with that. That's all we got here today in beautiful La Crescenta, kids. And Emmanuel continues to do a good job behind the camera. And we're hoping that you're learning a little something. And we get the sense that you're easily amused, so this should be good for you. Alright, just kidding.